Hey guys, it's stuff from Hot and Moving. So, a couple days ago, Syko Stu gets released from the hospital. Good news after the damage taken to him. About Roger Jackson. All right, now the injuries very extensive, including trauma to both his upper lip, lower jaws, laceration to his upper lip, and a fracture to the maxilla bone, which unfortunately resulted in the loss of several teeth. Okay, good to see him smiling. Okay, I know that this situation has a lot of interesting turns to this because people want to bring up the race angle and all this stuff, and you know what, that's the prerogative. For me, what's wrong is wrong. Okay, now what's interesting, what's funny to me in all this at least is that why hasn't Raja been arrested yet? Right? Why haven't charges been arrested yet? Okay, he gets to the hospital when all this happens. Who was the perpetrator? Who did this? Okay, I'm sure the police had to have talked to him, his family, right? Why hasn't he been arrested yet? Why hasn't he been charged? Now, I understand that, Roger's crash out stems from just the internet trolling, the chat trolling, being egged on. People have resurfaced clips of just kind of how him and his dad's interactions have been very toxic. Seem like a lot of playful bullying, but playful bullying can sometimes turn into feeling like real bullying. Getting constantly needled all the time by your fans on the internet and your father, and therefore he wanted to stand on business and did not want to look weak anymore to the internet guys and his dad. Okay, so there's clearly a serious mental health component. We understand that he was kicked upside the head prior. Okay, concussed, not all up there. I have sympathy for that. I have sympathy for the internet bullying, mental health, all that stuff. Should not be devoid of being charged, right? And him being charged, well, maybe it's like I'm not saying that just because your mental health issue, you need to just be tossed away in jail or whatever like that. But and be forgotten about. No, but maybe him going to jail and arrested, it would be a wake up call to address his mental health issues, right? Nonetheless, though, we shouldn't have to be waiting this long to see what the police are doing. How much information gathering are they doing? What more information do they need? Considering this was all caught on footage. Okay, police had more than enough time to review all the live stream footage about this, and then the damage, right? Okay, and so there's a lot of things that need to take place here. I first of all, I was getting arrested, but also, Syko Stu, who's going to pay his medical bills, right? Is there, who is going? I'm sure there's going to be some kind of lawsuit in some form to come from this. Okay, but the biggest thing for me is that it's been over a week now since this incident has happened, and there hasn't been any arrests or any charges in any of this, which is crazy, right? With the type of damage that was done and it being caught, is Raja somehow being protected at this point? We don't know if Raja lawyered up. We don't know anything at this moment. We don't know whether a police report even being filed. A police report, they don't even have to file. Stu and his people don't have to file a police report. But apparently police were called there though. After the incident took place. Okay, so this whole thing is seems very mysterious to me as to why we're not getting the information that we need for this, or at least information or updates into where we at with this. I think a lot of people want to have an answer. I think, of course, the people that should have the answer the most should be Syko Stu's family. And Roger should not be roaming these streets before he has another crash out too, right? Is this not a public, safety concern? I'm not trying to make it seem like Roger's out there being a menace, ready to snap him and start beating a bunch of people up. But clearly mentally unstable. Okay, he needs to be held accounted for, and also be and maybe get court ordered psychiatric treatment and evaluation, and go to anger management while you're also being charged in process, right? Now, once he gets charged, I don't think he's gonna be denied bail, right? But I think that If he's arrested, I'm sure he'll get bail, but he needs to be arrested nonetheless, so that this can be on the record. And if a trial takes place, or he does not want to go to trial and just pleads guilty to the assault that he did, and do some type of jail time, and pay damages to Syko Stu, I think it'd be a step in the right direction going forward. But we're not anywhere near that at the moment. So the only update we got, which is a good update, is that Stu seems to be in good health, as you can see in his picture. Not good health, but at least in good spirits, right? But there's still a lot more that people need answers to as in regards to all this, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think of all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.